morning, everybody. Welcome to City Life. I'm Linda Bown. I'm going to be your host this morning. Karen Cassella is going to be in at 7 from the Register of Deeds, and we'll talk about homesteading and trust and all of that good thing. And she makes it very simple and easy to understand. It's a great website. I went on the website. Very easy to maneuver, and I'm not really good at maneuvering things like that, so it's a nice website.
So, Linda, you drove in this morning. Is it a top-down day?
It's going to be.
Okay.
Not now, it's wet. It rained during the night.
Oh, okay. Well, they're saying we're supposed to get rain off and on today.
Yeah, this afternoon. Last night when I went to conservation, I came out and it was pouring, which is good because I'd spread topsoil and cow manure and start my herb garden this weekend, so that will be good.
Well, aren't you an active chick?
Oh, yes, we just, and lots of flowers. I'm a very no effort type of a gardener. Now when the dirt is easy to maneuver, work with,
Yeah.
I'll scrape it up. I'll just turn it over, throw the seeds down.
What, do you use a pitchfork?
Yeah.
Or do you get a machine?
Actually, pitchfork, pretty much.
Okay.
And just turn it over. I've got some great topsoil there. And I throw the seeds down and put cow manure on top. That's all I do. And say, grow.
And what are you growing?
Well, one part of it, I'm doing all herbs, but I have a whole corner of my yard that I'm in a corner and of two streets. And I just put all sunflowers and orange cosmos and...
You don't do tomatoes or anything like that?
Vi does the vegetables.
Okay.
And he's found better luck in containers, big containers,
I agree.
because and we'll raise probably a couple pot plants on the deck. But the containers are just
What are pot plants?
marijuana pot plants.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You have a little farm there.
Just it's sort of amusing, you know. People always are very happy to get it. So
Yes, they are. Those who imbibe go like,
well,
not
Lisa,
bad for free.
oh, Lisa is amazing. She makes that boils it down with coconut oil, and then she makes the butter like similar to Ellen,
Yeah.
and then cookies or whatever.
Nice.
It is. It's very nice, and I have never been a smoker, so. But there's a big. I think
You
they have.
prefer edibles?
Yeah. Well, I'm. The cookies. I'm not into the gummies at all. I had an anxiety attack with the gummies.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yes, it was. It was. So I was glad I was at home. But anyway, there's one of the pot places in Tewksbury. They're having a thing. Well, 420. Did you know that 420 is some code for marijuana?
No.
I never knew that.
I'm just hearing 6767. I don't know what that is.
Well, that's what I guess that was everybody but us, John, knows that that's what it stands for. So on 420, that's why you'll see all kinds of specials at any of the dispensaries, so they'll do it on Saturday, because Sunday is 420. And I know in Tewksbury they're going to have, sales, and so it should be pretty busy on Middlesex
Well,
Road.
Tingtown's being featured this morning a little bit on Facebook.
There's Colin and the Kerry, who's the Board of Health, and the town
Town
clerk.
clerk, yep. Great. Nice picture of him.
It's a very nice picture.
And this is the senior center?
Yeah.
Magnificent. Beautiful job. Back over to you, Lynn.
Yeah, that's it. They do a lot up there every other
Except
Wednesday.
they don't do it. They don't have lunch.
Lunch.
I'm going to keep picking on Colin until I put lunch out
Yes. Every other Wednesday they have bingo, and I guess they get a good crowd at 5:00, and it's
there.
done.
But they don't do lunch.
No lunch. Well, I mean, they do Meals on Wheels, but no. I think on Fridays they do.
Well, I think it's a good congregating point, especially where we have way too much social media keeping a lot of these older folks stuck behind their phone all day. They don't go out because they're playing on their phone.
Yeah.
But you know what? I can go get a lunch for $2. I think I'll go try that $2 lunch.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually, you don't have to pay. They give it to you for free. Federal government.
I think,
There's a suggested donation,
yes, that's what it is.
but it's a donation. You don't
Yeah.
have to pay.
But they changed the name to, I don't even know what it's called anymore. Improved Living or something. They don't call it the Senior Center in Tewksbury. It isn't politically correct. I don't know what they're calling us these days, but then we're not seniors, you know. I think we've kind of earned that title.
Yeah, I think we have.
So, but they do a lot of things. I know that they have an exercise group in the morning and, you know, cheered.
Oh, they have a
dancing.
newsletter they put out, and they brag about all the things they do, which is great.
Yes. Yep. The bridge,
But
which
if
is
they
out
had
of the
lunch-
library.
If they had lunch, I think they'd do okay.
Well, maybe it wasn't, you know, it isn't as easy as getting to Lowell and stuff. I don't know, maybe
You got a parking lot, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's right near,
In
yeah.
Lowell, they're fighting about the parking spaces. They're towing some cars. They're threatening to tow cars, and I hear they have towed cars
Really?
over this big fight that's going on about
Well, yeah.
the senior center.
Senior center.
And they have secret squirrel meetings most weeks. Secret squirrel meeting. We have to go into executive session because we're going to screw the public.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. That's going to be a close. It's not like a unanimous thing there. It's like, you know, 5 to 6 or 6 to 5.
Well,
or
the
5.
manager doesn't have a rock solid leverage that he used to. He doesn't have the rubber stamps.
Yeah.
And he's missing the rubber stamps.
Yeah. Did you see? I see Corey Robinson's running for rep. I find that it's interesting because I was at the Bridge Club fundraiser, and he got up and introduced a woman that was running for rep. She must have decided to change her mind. I don't know.
Well, yeah. When she looked at the big picture, he said, "This is not my cup of tea."
Yeah.
When you realize how big the district really is.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to put. I don't know what she said, but when she realized the parameters of what she had to go and run around and do public events. So Corey decided she's backing away. In fact, she's having a party for Corey. And Corey Robinson's going to be running for state rep.
It's
so
pretty
trying
much,
to
isn't
take
it?
Rodney's seat.
Yeah, it is a big district. He has some at Chelmsford. It's pretty, but a lot of it's the district he has, Centerville and Pawtuckaville. But it's the Chelmsford part that I suppose might be daunting. But it's really.
Well, there's some gal in Chelmsford running, and she's having all kinds of fundraisers and all. Before she was the only one in the race, and now she's grabbing all the endorsements she possibly can. And I don't care if President Trump told me that he likes a certain flavor ice cream, I might try it once. He's not going to switch me from my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah.
So endorsements, so what?
Right.
It's not going to.
No, I don't think.
I vote for the best American.
I think that there was a time when that held some water, but I just always thought it was. I was always amazed when people would say, you know, who should I vote for? People they didn't even want to get involved and just tell me who I should vote for.
I heard a term yesterday, maybe the day before, jungle election.
Oh yes, in California.
And once it was, my explanation, what was explained to me is, all the parties are on the same ballot.
Yep. And the
Every-
top two get it. So it can
Even
be two
unenrolled.
Democrats, two Republicans.
Even unenrolled.
Yeah.
So this state Senate race, which we got the Cowardly Lion, and she won by 2,000 seats. I just can't get over that. But she won by 2,000 votes. You got Joe Espinel, well-known guy, Draketeer, former Llewellyn retired cop. And then you got Sam Meese, if this were a jungle primary, would have a primary and pick two, and that would be it.
Yeah. I don't see any, I don't think, I think in California, they thought it was going to turn out one way, and Small World has just sort of thrown that all. It's sort of a disaster.
I've been asking for years, Linda, why does the government pay for party elections?
I agree with you. I have to say.
Why don't we pay for the Elks election?
Yeah.
The Elks are a bunch of good people, the Kiwanis,
Yep.
Rotary. We should pay for their elections too, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Give them a party out to Lindsay's or
Things have changed. Politics are very quite different. It's not
Princeton Station, wherever you want to have. You got a meeting hall out there, but Tingsboro Sportsman's Club, that's about the biggest place
well,
for
the Legion. The Legion has halls now.
Oh, yeah, the Legion, yeah, because, yep, forgot about the Legion.
And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. No, that's it.
Okay.
So, we have a new temple going up in Tingsboro, right on Westford Road.
Okay, what denomination?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Right up, just past Comets, past the police station on your left.
Well, there's Muslim, there's Buddhist.
Yeah, I think it's Buddhist.
There's Jewish.
No, I think it's Buddhist. I'm not sure though. I don't hang your hat on that one. But it's been several years in the making, and it looks like it's all coming together.
Hey, good for them.
So I guess you'll see a lot of, I don't know, if the economy really does turn around. What's gas in Lowell?
I have an electric car, so I don't know.
Oh yeah, you don't have gas. You have an electric car.
No maintenance, no nothing.
So you just got it. You just got a new one.
Yeah, Ellen got her new one. She's very happy with it. And it's got the self-driving. In fact, last night we went out to dinner. Coming home from Chelmsford, Rodolfo's or someplace. I'll get the name in a minute. And she put self-driving on. And in that terrible rainstorm, the computer drove us home.
No kidding.
I says, hey, now's the time to try it. Because I use it all the time,
Yeah.
the self-driving. And it's miraculous. When it puts the directional on and takes a turn for you, you go like, wow, this is pretty cool. And
Oh, I'd enjoyed that in the rain because I hate driving in the rain now.
And when it gets into traffic, there'll be a line of cars. Oh, how am I going to fight to get in there? It just picks a spot and goes. Amazing. The self-driving. Good stuff.
Yeah.
And the rainstorm, oh, she loved it. She says, this is great.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to drive home in the rain. It was nasty. It was dark, and it was...
We got to get you autopilot.
Yeah. Well, you've been after me to get a new car for years now.
Well...
I hate to give up the convertible.
They still make them.
I know, but I'm set in my ways.
Once it breaks and it's almost down or almost up.
Yeah.
You go, I kept this car one day too long.
Yeah. Well, I've already rewired the whole bloody thing, so...
Well, hey, I got you, and they won't give you anything for it.
No.
When you trade it and they go, oh, that jalopy you drive, we'll give you 50 cents for it. This beautiful vehicle you want is
No,
60 grand.
Yeah.
So, wow.
Well, and cars now are so outrageous that...
Well, there's talk of some of these car makers are going to go out of business.
Really? Well...
Can you imagine buying I just bought a 2026 Linda, and you find out they're going bankrupt. Well, so much for your warranty.
Yeah.
And they're not going to make the parts for it anymore either.
Well, it's ridiculous. You got to, the cars cost more than my house did to build. It's incredible. I do hope the economy gets better and people could start building and repairing their houses and things.
Restart this device. Restarting my phone. It won't open. Facebook won't open.
Oh, no Facebook?
Oh, Facebook's on right there, but it won't open. I share it on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Because this Facebook stuff, there's no share key on it. They won't let you share stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you know, Facebook doesn't take questions.
Oh, that's right, too.
You can't call
No,
them.
no, you can't. So you have to go. But you do YouTube. We do YouTube, don't we?
We're on YouTube as well, yeah. In fact, we got to push YouTube because so many people are cutting the cable. You still got cable, or you?
I have cable.
So what's your cable bill a month?
Actually, it's not so bad. It's like 150, I think.
$435.
Yours is?
Yeah. That includes the internet.
Yeah. Well, so does mine.
So with all the stuff we have tagged on there for
Well, that's it. They get you on all the.
Amazon Plus, Prime Plus, and Plusy Plus.
Well, and if you're into sports, each sport it's like $60 a
Nope,
month.
There's nobody. There's a sports hound in this house, but the Dixie Chicks. And I told them, I said, we're going to cut the cable. I want you to write down what you watch, and we'll get the app so you could still watch your favorite shows. But there's no there's no there's no backing up anymore. With these new apps that they have, you can't back the video up. Yeah, the news person will say that, Linda Bown won the lottery. And say, was that Linda Bown? So you back the TV up.
Yeah.
And you see what they said. And you don't get that with those apps.
Oh.
If you didn't hear it the first time, tough cookie.
Well, I know Dorian has it, and I think I know his bill is higher than mine. So, but of course he has kids, and they all have to see. I guess they all have different things. Dorian and all the kids and Amanda, they went to the Bruins game, and Saturday, and raised money for Special Olympics.
Great.
And all the kids sold tickets, and they had the time of their life, and it was good to see them learn to give back and get involved.
Well, recently, when Ellen and I went to the Taste of the Town with Eileen Del Rossi.
Oh, yeah, in Tewksbury?
We went to the Taste of the Town. And Mark Crapman's got all the youngsters in town. I don't know what group that they're in, but they cleared the tables off, and they were so nice.
Really?
Yeah. Very attentive. Would you like something else to drink? And they're really nice kids.
Oh, well,
Good job.
Tewksbury's done amazing things in Tewksbury.
That's why we call it Oz.
That's right. It is Oz. We're working at it in Tingsboro. We're trying to catch up, but I just am amazed what goes on in Tewksbury, and it's getting the schools involved, and it's encouraging, because if you watch the news, you think we're all going to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah, the news is kind of slanted. And
It's
so
pretty depressing.
when the 6 o'clock, well, the thing I get a kick out of, the weather forecaster, she'll get on the TV and go like, oh, yes, this is what happened yesterday. This is what happened this morning. And she's telling all these cloud formations. And I'll be giving the forecast coming up soon.
Yeah, it's a tease. Well, I suppose at this time of year, you just know they can say it's going to rain at some point during the day.
Linda, even if they're dead wrong, we watch them tomorrow.
I know. In your next life, become a weatherman. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
What other profession can you be wrong?
Well, I get a kick out of how shapely they are, how skinny these girls are. And they all have these hourglass photos. These girls, they can't even eat a pretzel, for God's sake.
Yeah.
They're so skinny blink on TV.
Well, everybody's on the pill.
That's true. Ozempic, or whatever you want to call it.
Whatever they're on. Well, there's so many of them now.
Well, I ate Jardiance. I lost 25 pounds. Just didn't do anything. Just lost 25 pounds.
Well, I mean, I think there's health-wise, if you need to lose weight, it's the way, definitely, they should, I think it's a great thing. Because so many people have it's hard to lose weight. It depends on your metabolism, and some people just diet and exercise, and nothing changes, so.
That's true.
It's a very difficult.
And with these things, they speed your heart rate up. So your heart burns energy
Yep.
even while you're sleeping. That's the trick of it all. That's
Oh.
my takeaway.
Okay.
What's your takeaway? What do you think these pills are doing?
Well, it's something in metabolism. I think it's changing. It has to be changing some type of metabolism. So that's similar to what you're saying. It's just I get nervous about every action having a reaction, and so every.
You mean like the COVID?
Well, not only that. I mean,
Shots we had
they
to
told
take?
us don't eat eggs, and they say, oh, everybody should eat eggs, and don't eat this, and eat pomegranate is great for you. No, pomegranate isn't great for you. It's going to cause cancer. Everything's going to cause cancer. It's I just have an issue with just go and eat. I think you just need to eat normal stuff.
I'm a consumer, professional consumer. I don't create anything, so whatever's. But recently I changed from toast to just plain old bread. And I prefer that with my breakfast sandwich because it absorbs more of the juices that are in the breakfast sandwich.
Okay.
Whereas when it's toasted, it rides off the side.
Yeah, that's true.
So I recently started to try that. Oh, it's nice stuff.
I'm not a big breakfast person. And I know it's supposedly the best, most important meal of the day.
The breakfast cereal makers made that up.
I'm fortunately doing a lot of water now.
Water's good.
Water's good for you. Just washes out everything bad.
Now, you drink spring water or?
I have a filter system,
Okay.
and it's fine. Put it in the fridge, and I drink a lot of it. So, particularly at night.
So I got 2 texts here. Good morning. I never heard my dad ever tell me to give back. I heard him say, I'll give you the back of my hand. That's from Jay. And then Jay comments further, Americans used to be active, yard work, housework, pride in their appearance. Now they all are eating crap food and no physical activities. Now, Jay, who doesn't enjoy a good Twinkie?
Yes. Do they still make them?
Yes, they do.
Do they?
They're not as good as they used to be, but because they're stingy with the ingredients.
Yeah.
There's
They were the best things.
the
And
white
the snowballs, whatever they were, with that.
With the chocolate cake underneath, those were nice. And they would have like a creamy interior. But that's when they had real ingredients. Now
Yeah.
they have white stuff in the middle. Oh, that white stuff's tasty. It's probably cement.
I know. It's the food is sort of, but people are getting back to eating good food. I think staying away
Where
from
do you get that?
Well, people raising things locally. Don't you buy things locally?
Market basket.
Market basket.
And occasionally she'll go to a farm stand. When the farm stand has stuff, like there's farm stands down the beach more so than up this
Yeah.
way.
I go into a rage at least once a week when I go looking for tomatoes. I was at Market Basket over the weekend. I couldn't find one tomato that wasn't grown in Mexico.
Well, that's the season right now.
Well, I don't care. I can't drink the water. I'm not going to eat something that was grown using the water. That can't be any better. Ugh.
I don't look at whatever's that she puts in front of me. It's going.
Yeah. And I drive them nuts at Market Basket because they see me coming, and I'm going to pick up every bloody type of tomato and read it. Usually there's something. I usually find some tomatoes or some peppers. I had to get green peppers. I couldn't get just Holland peppers, but everything's from Mexico. But it can't just be Mexico that's growing.
Well, it's the closest place. And, California just had their winter. So we'll be getting some vegetables from California before too long. It's been nice out in California. What didn't burn down?
I don't know how they afford to do anything in California with the taxes. Although we're trying hard to catch up.
Yes, we are.
Doing the best we can.
And they used them for the example. California gets this, and we're only getting that. Say, no word on the Demoulas case yet, huh?
No. What is your prediction on that?
If Artie doesn't win, we're doomed. Because Artie will keep things the way it is. If he doesn't win, prices are going to go up. I mean, how many grocery stores do you have in town?
Oh, we have none in town.
Zero.
No,
Okay.
none.
So, do you go to Nashua to do your food shopping, or where? Yeah,
Nashua or Hudson.
yeah, because there's no deposit.
That's right. And no sales tax on anything.
Whenever we'd have a party, I'd go up to Nashua and go to the market basket up there, because there's no deposit.
Yeah.
Buy all the soda you want.
Yeah. And then I have a. Do you recycle your cans or anything? What do you do?
Yeah, that's why she's driving a Tesla. She brings all the bottles and cans back.
To now, where does she bring them? Does she?
Tanner Street.
Oh. Really?
Yeah, she brings a gigantic bags over to Tanner Street. And I think she gets $20 a bag.
Where does she bring them? On Tanner.
It's down near Lincoln. So coming from here,
Yeah.
you go over the railroad tracks
Yeah.
on YMCA Drive. Take your immediate left.
Yeah.
That's Tanner Street. And that'll go down a little ways and it curves around to the right. And you go by all the used, all the junkyards.
Yeah.
And before Lincoln Street, just before Lincoln Street, on the right-hand side, the connector side of the road, is the bottle return place.
Oh, I'm going to have to look into that. I thought I was going to have to go somewhere else. I didn't know.
And once they know you, they don't even count. Ellen comes in and says, just put them there. And they just give her money. They don't count her bottles anymore.
Now, does she do water bottles and things like that, or just cans?
Water bottles are not returnable in Massachusetts.
Oh, really?
And Maine just passed the thing where they can go by barcode. And they will run your bottle that says they were going to give you 5 cents for it under a barcode. And if it wasn't purchased in Maine, they're not going to give you the money.
How about
Because
that?
I had friends that used to take the water bottles up to Maine.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're barcode. The barcode will just go right through the bag. They check the barcode. Not purchased in Maine, so
Well, then there's nowhere else to bring them.
recycle. But
Just
you
recycle.
didn't pay a deposit, so why should we give you a deposit back?
Okay.
That's the theory. And see, you paid a deposit on those cans and bottles, and they're going to give it back.
Now, glass bottles they recycle. Do they do those?
Glass bottles are returnable.
Okay.
You're paying a nickel on those too. And
All the liquor bottles.
well, I think that the deposit should go up to a dime. I mean, it's been 5 cents since we were 12 years old, and
Yeah.
it's a long time.
Well, you see that Mass, I don't know where they were having hearings on banning plastic bags in Massachusetts. We went to plastic bags because we wanted to save the trees. Now we're going to throw the trees under the bus.
What are they going to put bread in?
Who knows?
Just ask them that. What are you going to put? Okay, you're going to get rid of plastic bags. What are you going to put bread
Well,
in?
I think just for in supermarkets, what it is then they're going to charge you, I think it's 10 cents a bag.
How about my milk bottle? What are we going to put milk in? Everything's plastic.
I know.
I
But-
like the plastic bag because you can line your barrel with it. It's nice.
Yes. Yep. You're absolutely right.
And we, in Massachusetts, most of the place, it's paper bags. But we go to New Hampshire, like we go to New Hampshire Market Basket, we keep the plastic bags.
Yeah.
They're good for the trash cans.
Yeah. Well, Trader Joe's still does paper.
Where is Trader Joe's?
Right near, right across from Market Basket in Nashua.
It's in Nashua, wow.
There's a Whole Food there too.
It says, I heard Mass is going to name the Sky Bar the official candy bar of Mass. What you say, it's about freaking time. The Sky Bar is going to be the official candy bar of Massachusetts. It's It was my favorite candy bar
Yeah.
until the Cadbury egg came out. The Cadbury egg is superior to the Sky Bar, but Sky Bar, love Sky Bars.
Is that made in Massachusetts?
Yeah, it is.
God, I remember as a kid, I have not seen, I didn't even know you could still get one.
I'm looking at somebody just sent me something about Artie DeMoulis. I'm trying to open it up, but it wants to see my face, and too bad it doesn't recognize me. Here we go. Market Basket suspends builds in RDT case. I don't know what this thing says.
Suspends it. What is that?
That says nothing. What's the date of this article? March 5th. So it's over a month old. Yeah, the case hasn't been decided yet. Suspense builds in Market Basket legal fight over whether Artie T is in or out. Lawyers on both sides, arguments follow. Market Basket Board of Directors suspended Arthur DeMoulis in May and fired him in September. Meanwhile, DeMoulis says his leadership has been recognized by the board as highly successful customers. Sure is. And thank you, Jeannie, but I don't see where it has a decision yet, so the fight's going on here. I mean, why do they make these freaking out? Why do you have to write I should ask Melanie. Melanie, why don't you just put the meat in the first paragraph?
Because then nobody would read anything else.
Which is fine. I bought the paper. So,
Do you still get the paper?
I get electronic. I don't get the paper. Now they say that, in conclusion, the second to last paragraph. Nobody knows where the judge is going to make his decision, and that's where it is. The judge has it made. Jeannie Balser is sending me another text. If you read the end, the decision was going to be made in 4 or 6 weeks. Yeah. Thank you, Jeannie. So no decision yet, but it should be coming soon. I thought it would be for Greek Easter. They'd tell us who the winner is, but they didn't. And the next text, without a plastic bag, what do the dog owners do? True. Let's get rid of those plastic bags the dogs do, too.
Good.
Have a little
Good point.
paper bag for the doggy poop.
No. Well, I know they have them at the park in Tewksbury. They have the dispensers that you, in case anybody forgets them.
When I used to go walking in Hampton, the yelling and screaming that would start when somebody didn't pick up their dog poop. Oh, pick that up. And the guy just keeps walking. The girl just keeps walking like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Hey, screaming at the person, both male and female.
Yeah. Well, it is sort of antisocial behavior. If you're going to walk in a public area with your dog.
Yeah, and then walking on the beach with the dog.
Oh, that's very bad form.
Yes, and so I can see why there's a lot of yelling and screaming, but it falls on deaf ears, and nobody enforces it. But thank God, most dog owners are very good about
Yeah.
picking it up.
Well, little Holly is pad trained, so I don't have to take
Your
her
dog goes on a little pad. Okay.
I don't have to go out in the snow or the rain.
Couldn't you have taught him toilet?
Yeah, and if anybody
Just jump up on that bowl, buddy. Just let it go right in the bowl.
and it's you don't have to worry about getting home or if you
Good.
so, but you gotta have a little dog. You can't have a big dog.
We never got a dog because we went away too much.
Yeah,
'Cause
I couldn't be without one.
Well, glad you love your dog.
I have a cat too.
I don't miss my dog, and I'm not chastising anybody who has a dog. It's just we don't have a dog. Oh, I got another text here. Back in the day, everyone opened their door and let the dog out and didn't care if they came back. That's true. Would open the door in the morning and let the dog's name was Jeff. And he'd just go running right out of the house. No, we didn't care.
No,
He'll be back.
they'd walk you to school, you'd walk to school, the
yeah.
dog would go with you, and they always found their way back home.
And they were very protective of the babies.
Yeah.
Somebody can walk on the yard, that dog, and I don't like you over here. Get away from that baby, I'm going to bite you.
Yeah.
Very protective dogs.
Yeah, as a kid, I had St. Bernards. My
Oh.
parents bred them, and big dogs.
Yes, they are.
But very protective. You know, they would be down at the lake swimming, and they'd be right out to make sure none of the little children went too far, and they'd just nudge them in.
Well, we have two dogs. My son Jack has a dog called Lucky, and Joe's got Agnes. Now, Agnes is an Angolian Shepherd,
Oh,
which you can ride. The dog is so freaking big.
yeah.
But gentle. But when a stranger comes in the yard, she lets you know.
Yeah.
So don't come near my baby boy over here.
No.
She's very protective. Good dog.
Yeah. I've always had a dog, so I'm just one of those things. Although I have to say, the cat, I've got a really wonderful cat now, an orange female, and she's just adorable. And she goes out during the day, and she comes in.
Jay puts this, the enemy of the dog is the mailman for some reason. One of the guys that works for us, Ronnie, he's a retired postal, and he used to carry dog biscuits. And he knew what the dogs were going to be. He's friendly with the dog, and I think it's how you approach. Like I'm afraid of the dogs, so dogs sense that.
I always had a dog. I had Yorkies, and in the office, and my Margaret Thatcher, she was like 8 pounds, and never barked. She was brought up in the office. She went in. The patients came to see the dog, not the doctor. The dog only growled once, and then it ran down into the other lower examining room, and that particular guy pulled a gun on Bown. And of course, Bown was so ridiculous. He just said, go away. And he went up to Hudson. He shot a doctor up there.
Yikes.
Yeah. But that's the only time the dog ever barked or growled.
Well, this business about your dog that doesn't bark, we used to, we lived up the street for a long time before we moved down here. We first got married, and there were break-ins happening. This was in the early 80s. So I put a sign on the door, caution. We have a dog that does not bark but bites. So be careful if you're going to go around the back of the house. The dog will bite you. You've been warned. And you'd see the UPS guy coming around the back of the house saying, here, doggy, here. And we didn't have a dog. But that was my little funny statement for the delivery.
I used to have it was part shepherd, part lab, a lovely dog. But she didn't bark. And when Bown passed away and Dorian went away to school at the same time, she'd come in. I had a room that I could shut off. It's like a 3-season porch.
Yeah.
And it had sliding doors. And she'd come in there at night. And one morning I got up and the dog is at my back door. And I started to kind of look around, and somebody had broken in.
Wow.
And I had insulated curtains. She never barked, but my deck, I had a brick patio.
Yeah.
Looked like there'd been an axe murderer. I called the police. I said, oh, my God, I think somebody, they said, don't worry about it. I don't think they're going to be reporting it. Your dog bit them. But she didn't, I never heard it. She never barked. But she was a big dog. Lovely dog.
Comment from Jay, I never heard of this. They sell a product called Dogwana. Great, now our pets are getting high too.
Oh,
So looking for that Make your dog happy. Dog, Dogijuna.
I didn't know. I'll have to look into that. I didn't know. Well, that would probably be a lot of dogs really
I'll ask Google.
get tremors and tremble from anxiety from thunder, and Holly does. Now it's the first dog I've ever had that has a problem with thunder and fireworks, but she shakes all over. And they have calming blankets, and they have all kinds of things. They have tranquilizers for the dogs. Maybe you just need to give them cookies.
Apparently they have this, I'm going to put it on the screen so you
Well,
can
they have
see.
catnip for cats.
This is the Dogijuna refill bottle dog. I don't know anything. I'm going to click on this guy, see what he says. $10. Never heard of this before today. Marijuana nip has a calming effect on dogs. It relaxes them to play. Yeah,
Does it say it doesn't contain marijuana, THC, or CBD? I wonder what it is.
I don't know. But it calms the dog.
Well, I take that back. Then we don't
This
give them
keeps jumping, so sorry about that.
I wonder what it is. What the ingredient is. 100%.
It's not for human
Oh, it's
consumption.
organic catnip. Okay.
It's not for human consumption.
Yeah. Holly has stolen the cat's catnip, so that makes sense. Isn't that interesting? I'm going to plant some catnip, as a matter of fact.
Thanks, Jay. We learned a lot from you this morning.
Yes.
They even have Ben and Jerry's.
Catnip for dogs.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That kind of makes sense.
Jose Sorrentes is chiming in from Puerto Rico this morning. Good morning, sir. Wishing you and your audience a great day from Puerto Rico. We got in really late, just getting up and moving. I'll try to get the boys to zoom in with me one day next week. Okay. Thanks, Jose. Hope you guys are having a good time
He's
out
down in
there.
Puerto Rico.
Yes, they are. Having a good time. In fact, I got a picture of them yesterday.
Something was going on with the radio last week, because I usually put it on coming in to get the weather.
Yeah.
Nothing. I don't know what was going on with CAP.
Well, something could be broken at the radio station. They'll get around to
Do
fixing it.
they still have the tower in the state forest?
They tell me the city owns that, because I don't know why the city owns it, but the city owns the towers now. I don't know how that works.
Remember these? It was amazing.
There's a lot of rumors floating around about how the city looks the other way on different issues, and that's a prime suspect.
Well, I'm not sure where that. Now I'm thinking. I don't know if it's the Tingsboro Drake Lowell State Forest, so it could be.
Well, back when Morris Cohen owned the radio station, he told me they had to be in water to be grounded properly, and it was a perfect situation for where they were. And okay.
He used to go in and climb up the bloody tower, though. Morris.
Well, Morris was tight with a buck, as you know. God bless the guy, and but he gave you the opportunity of a lifetime to become a radio host on his radio station, back when radio was radio. Because I can remember yesteryear with valet park cars, and you get the car, and all you do is you take the car from the people going to the funeral, and you do a big circle, and you go park it in line. And that's what we did before COVID. COVID stopped all that stuff. And I used to turn the radio on. Everybody was listening to George Anthes. I mean, there were a few that would listen to, who's the dead guy there? Sullivan. They'd be listening to Paul Sullivan on LLH. But I'd say 9 out of 10 were listening to Anthes in the morning. And there was nobody listening to WBZ or WRKO.
No.
But now the kids have their own podcast.
Yeah.
They play on their phone, so big change.
Well, we had a good time on the radio for years. I think I did Fridays with George Anthes.
So we went to a place called Ruffino's in Chelmsford last night. It's in West Chelmsford, 170 Concord Road. And let me just get these pictures bigger if they're going to go bigger for me.
Well, that all looks very good.
There's the crowd last night. And,
Oh, there's Ellen. Nice picture of Ellen.
yeah, Ellen came out to dinner with her. It was good. So, but the meal was fabulous.
Well.
That's chicken cacciatore.
Very nice.
No, that's not chicken. I don't know. That's not chicken cacciatore. I thought that was. No, I don't know. There's a lot of different food here.
Yeah.
A delicious, and everybody was happy.
Well, that's half the battle, isn't it? No, yeah. That looks like masala
Could be
with the mushrooms.
chicken palm.
Palm, yeah.
More chicken palm.
Alfredo looks like might be.
Could be. Looks like more chicken palm. That was the most popular one. But we had a great time at the desserts. That's chicken cacciatore. That's mine. And I took half of it home. Oh, I'm going to have that for lunch. Where's the desserts? That's chocolate mousse. And then Rick had the cheesecake.
Wow,
Fabulous.
looks good.
Yeah, and next time I go to Good Times, I'm going to get a soup and I'm going to get a dessert.
Oh, the desserts are wonderful.
They sure are.
Yeah.
But get a soup, and then I can eat the dessert all by myself. Because usually we go there and everybody's, oh, we'll all share the dessert. I really don't want to. I want to eat the whole thing, but
Well,
okay.
The problem is by the time you get to dessert there, you've had so much to eat. It's
Their portions are very generous.
Yeah.
Okay, now here's the,
excellent food.
this is, now if
Oh,
you,
here comes
Karen. These are the Three Musketeers. Hey, Karen, how are you?
Good morning. Great. How about yourself?
I am wonderful. You got treats with you too. God bless you.
And they're sugar-free.
You're the best.
Oh.
I said, I wish Bob was here. Sugar-free.
Bobby might run by. He watches the show in the morning. He might come by. So, what you're looking at, this is the guy on the radio in the morning.
Oh, okay.
And
Well, there's
WCAP.
Jose at the end, right?
This is Jose right here.
Oh,
And this is Cisco Maldonado.
okay.
Cisco's got a house down there in Puerto Rico. And so he brought them all to,
He's the one with the dog, right?
Yes.
yeah, he's got,
Yeah.
Oh my, look what you've got.
Yes. So I brought some,
so just mosey on over there, sit right next to Linda when you're ready. And
sure.
Oh my.
Got
How
some
are
nice
you?
little blueberry lemon sugar-free cookies.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Did you make them?
I certainly did.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Some almond flour.
Oh, they look wonderful.
Let me bring one over to you.
no, I'm going to go over and grab one at the break.
All right.
They look wonderful.
Thank you. Well, Bob loves them, and he has the diabetes, so I said I have to come up with a recipe. So those are actually they have protein in them too.
Right, turn
I
Mr.
put a
Microphone on.
protein powder.
Hmm? Oh, your mic.
That's good. It's on.
All right.
And you use almond flour?
Yep.
How do you find working with almond flour? I have a real hard time working with wheat flour.
Right.
I don't seem to get the right rise.
No, these did rise, but they were burning on the bottom quicker than normal.
Really?
So, but
Yep. And they're blueberries and almond.
blueberry, almond flour, and lemon.
Great combination. They look lovely.
Thank you.
I love to bake.
Right. Me too. I do too.
I find it very therapeutic.
Yes.
I inherited that from my mother. I could always tell if something was wrong when I got home because she'd be making bread or something. I said, oh boy, perhaps I want to
Right.
just pass through and don't stop for long.
Just to back up for 1 second, Linda. So the radio guy, his nickname is Sammy V. That's his on the ear name, that's the guy on WCAP.
Oh, no way. I never knew what he looked like.
He's they're in Puerto Rico.
That's awesome.
Oh, my.
Cisco's got a house in Puerto Rico,
Mm-hmm.
so they're all going to Puerto Rico. I don't know if they're going to be there for the week or what, but that's Cisco Maldonado right here, and that's Jose Cervantes,
Yeah.
and that's Sammy V. Having a good time in Puerto Rico.
Well, good for them. I hope they're having good weather.
Right? I know, it's so warm out.
I know.
I said I feel like Florida when when
Oh,
it's
is it?
damp and wet in the morning.
Yeah, that's right in the fog.
Right, yes.
Mist was, yesterday was gorgeous. It's about time. It's been cold. It's been a winter from hell.
Absolutely.
It's
no
been
doubt.
cold and
Yeah.
snow and cold and bitter cold.
Right.
You don't usually get both.
Mm-mm.
So how are you?
Great, awesome. Yeah, everything's going well.
I was telling John, maybe I had talked to you about it on the next hour, walking people how to homestead.
Right? I brought some stuff, yeah. And I know you had asked me
Yeah.
before about the
And I got
homestead.
stuff too. I got my paperwork.
Oh,
so-
good. Did
I
you have
was-
it notarized?
No, I just.
I'm a notary. I
Oh.
brought my stamp.
I was saying at the first hour, wonderful website. You have a very manageable website.
Oh, good.
Even I had no problem. Jump right on. Anybody can do this website.
Right.
If I
they
can
did.
do it-
They did tweak a few things. So a few of the examiners that do some research have been coming into a little bit of trouble, but everything else has been okay.
Yeah.
And IT's on it, trying to fix the different issues that we have that
So,
are wrong.
It's
But-
much easier than I thought it, and I saw it, so I
Right.
said, I'll have to bring it in. We can talk about it, because I think people are intimidated. I know I was. And then once I
Right.
got on, I said, oh, this isn't bad.
I know, and once you do a search, if you click file date, you can put it in order from the today's date down, rather
Oh.
than having like all the older stuff. And there's pages
Oh, sure.
at the bottom, so you want to see what's current.
Yeah.
So that's what I always do, is just click if I'm using it.
I know that I have on mine, Bown was a rascal, and he had that English accent, and he wanted to buy a house in North Carolina, and he went down and he mortgaged my house.
Oh,
And I don't know how, it was in my name. It wasn't in his name. And so somehow I don't even want to think about what he must have done. So then he did a quick claim giving it back to me, which I thought was very sporting of him to give it back the house. But
Right.
he could get away with a lot of outrageous things with that English accent. They just believed that he would certainly not make it up or anything.
right.
So,
I know. We still have, everything at the registry has been going really smooth. We're just a recording office, and a lot of people will call us because they want to change the name. They want to put it in a trust, and they don't want to pay the attorney, but it's not something we do.
yeah.
I always make sure that my new employees say, we're just a recording office. We don't give legal advice. So,
Okay.
yeah, it's,
So
but we'll
you-
do as much as we can.
You
to help
record the
people.
data, right?
Exactly. So,
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So what else is happening before we go to the next hour? How's it working out? Are you happy?
I am happy,
How's your
yes.
staff and everything?
Staff is tremendous. It's just, everything flows really nice. Everyone's attitudes, they come in, I don't have to say anything, discipline or anything. They know the job. And the
Yeah.
2 new kids that we had hired, absolutely fabulous.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's
So
good.
one was an intern in the last summer,
Mhm.
and we took him on in November. But he's been great.
You've got a strange district.
So we have 10 towns.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not. I don't understand that. I don't understand. I would have. We have a county. We have Middlesex
Girls, if you
County.
don't mind, would you look at each other on the TV set?
We have a county, but it isn't the whole county.
Right.
It's whole, and how far down west you go?
So we have just Westford.
Oh, okay.
I know. So that's the other, years ago, we used to have a satellite office, and it is something I would like to do, but like John says, government is very slow. So things that I have brought
The
up.
speed of government
Yes.
is the only thing slower is the speed of the courts.
Right? So it's something I would love to do just for people that live in Littleton,
Yeah.
Air. They don't want to drive to Cambridge, right? To
Right.
record a homestead or a discharge. I mean, you can mail it, but some people like to go in person to get their document right back. It means something to them. So it would be nice to have that option for people to come to our office so we could record.
So they have to go to Cambridge?
Yep, if you live in Littleton, yeah.
Wow.
So we just go as far as Westford. So Wilmington,
Okay, so you're going
Westford.
south more.
Yeah.
I just found it, when you were running, I found it a very strange district to
Right.
try to figure out. But they've done that. They keep changing the senatorial districts. It's hard to keep track. I don't know how people,
So their friends keep their seats.
and how do people know where they vote?
They have
For what
staff.
district,
They put their staff on it. Where did I get the most votes? I gotta keep that town. And if Milton gave you the most votes, you can bet your bippy they're gonna find a little string to keep your district, to pick up Milton.
But why would they,
When you look at the map, it's very obvious to me, that's what they do.
oh, yeah, because they started with Carol Clement. That's the first one that they,
Linda, I just lost your mic, so
you lost my
turn it on its side and grab the one in front of you.
mind?
But if you don't turn it on its side, I won't change the battery later.
Oh, really?
That's how I know which one's dead.
Okay, all right. Put it over there.
Method to his madness.
There you go, now I know that's the dead one.
Oh.
That's good, didn't hit the floor.
Well, I haven't spilled anything in a long time, so I don't even have
Well,
my
it's best
phone.
when you do that on camera.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think Mike Dillon has to be here for that, too.
He still has it, I know, he sent it to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, it was sort of, he had just come in.
So Karen, any vacations?
Nothing planned, no. So we usually rent a beach house every summer at Seabrook. We've been doing it for years since our kids were small.
Yeah,
And this is the first year we're not because,
the kids are not small.
no, we have the grandbabies too, and I still wanted to. The person we rent from is selling it.
Oh, okay. We can find another place.
I know. I did take a peek online.
Yeah.
And I didn't see anything that caught my eye. When you're used to some place, we had parking, we had our own washer and dryer in the unit. I don't
Well,
know.
don't forget, the stingy people, they put a sign out for rent with a phone number. So
No,
might
I know.
be
I
worth your
should take a
while.
ride
Take a
down
ride
just
down
to
there.
see.
with your arm charm and say, hey, look at this place, got parking, and you just call the number.
Right?
Because my wife, she went looking for this beach house that we have. Her and her sister Judy would go down every weekend looking for a beach house. They did it for like 10, 15 years.
Wow.
And I called this guy, Danny Sullivan. He's now retired real estate guy. I say, hey, Danny, can you get me a place at the beach? He said, take a ride the next day. So I bought the place. They didn't even see it.
Oh, wow.
And they insisted, we need to see this. And so they were thrilled. It was good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's just a matter of, if you can engage a real estate agent, it's good. But the secret to Hampton is you got to go look at the handmade signs, call this number, bingo.
Right. I know. We were so used to having this place. The parking is a huge issue, and
Yeah.
because they had a long driveway, I could literally park 6 cars.
Oh,
So
wow.
my 4 kids, would have friends, so we'd figure it out. We'd put them all in, 3 bedrooms, it was just everything we wanted.
Yep.
But anywho,
Well, the sun went down on that one.
it certainly did.
And if you're
I
gonna
was
miss
so
it-
disappointed.
I can see that, yeah.
Yeah, so,
But the commute in the morning's a killer.
right.
Because I used to commute from the beach, and but I'd get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and it was a motorcycle ride, so I would ride my motorcycle from the beach to Lowell, and it was fun.
Right. Well, what about the traffic going north
Yeah.
every afternoon.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe it. It's
You
not
had to
even-
get on the road before 2.
Right. I know, it's insane. I can't believe how much traffic, when I was out the other night, I'm like, I would not want to sit in this traffic
Oh,
trying to
no.
get back that way.
No.
So, my daughter lives in Groveland, and we don't go often to visit because it's just not on, our routes, anywhere we usually go. She usually comes to us, and it's not that far, but you take the Haverhill exit, then you're out in I said, I feel like I'm in New Hampshire in the boonies, up, the hills and down and out in the woods and.
133, is that?
Yeah, you can do 133. It's funny how the GPS takes you. When I get there, they take me 495, but on the way home, it's 133.
Yeah. 495 is a horrible road.
Yes, I
Oh,
agree.
my God, it's a horrible road. It's just always in construction, always traffic, always, always, always.
Yeah.
It's never finished.
And they pick the construction, right, when summer's about to hit and.
Well, now that we've got a little bit of nice weather,
Stuff.
construction everywhere.
Right.
It's-
Oh, no, I know. Believe me, I live across from the stadium
Oh.
parking lot, so that's
Now,
a big
what's the
project.
It sure has been. I went to a hockey game for my granddaughter.
Oh, over
My
at the
grandson.
Janus?
Yeah, what a horrible place that is. Oh my God! How it got worse. I remember when Dorian was skating, and but I didn't realize the magnitude of that whole project.
Mm-hmm.
Is it ever going to be finished?
I think they said 2027. Yeah.
By
But
mistake,
they've
we
been there
talked-
all winter.
We talked through the break by mistake, so we're in the 7 o'clock hour.
Oh, okay. All righty.
So you can reintroduce the show.
Okay. Oh, we talked through the break.
Yes, we did.
Welcome to City Life. I'm Linda Bown. I have Karen Cassella from the Register of Deeds. And what is your title? The executive director? What are you?
No,
The registrar.
Register of Deeds, Middlesex North.
North. And your office is in Lowell.
Yep, 370 Jackson Street, right in this new courthouse, the Judicial Center.
What floor are you on?
First. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, so once you come through the security, we're right there.
okay. Well, one of the things I had asked you about, and homesteading, everybody is interested in homesteading, and I've had you on multiple times when you've said, oh, it's very easy, so I'd kind of like you to, I see you have a brochure on it, a book.
Yeah, yep, this is the brochure. We have them at the office. It's all your Q&As of anything you want to know about it, what it covers, how it protects you, I should say. So it's not an insurance policy.
No.
Don't get rid of your insurance if you have a homestead.
Oh, God, no.
But it's just an added protection. So if you have unsecured debt, you fall into some hard times, you can't pay it, and the credit card company takes you to court. They are issued a judgment from the court. They can have a sheriff record it against the property. But because you have a homestead, that will protect you. They can't force the sale of your home to pay the debt.
Okay.
So, but eventually you have to deal with it. That's,
But they
so,
don't.
yeah, and it tells you in here, because I had a gentleman who thought because he had it, he was protected from these liens that he was in a business agreement with someone. And then all these liens were getting recorded, and he said, I have a homestead. He came in several times, and I said, no, that's not how it works. He can still lien it. He said, no. I said, that in a perfect world, $35 to record the homestead would be awesome, right?
So
Yeah.
do you have to do the homestead in person?
No, we have forms online.
Yep.
We can mail you a form if you'd like. You can just call the office. We'll put it out that day.
Cool.
And we could even ask for the Q&A, and they'll put that in the envelope. So you can just fill it out. It has to be notarized. So that's something, if you are having it mailed, you want to go to a bank or any notary that you know.
Usually the town clerk in town's a notary, I'm not sure.
Right.
I
Hey,
assume.
Lynn, you gotta drag that mic to you.
Oh,
Yeah, so
I'm
then-
sorry, I was thought.
And then mail it back to us with $35. So, and then if you're over 62, they had changed a little bit, so,
So a personal check for $35?
yep, personal check, Commonwealth of Mass, or Registry of Deeds is fine. Yeah,
Okay. So if you have to visit the Registry of Deeds, on the screen, coming up shortly, this is the courthouse.
Mhm.
There's a brand spanking new parking garage right next door. You can park there, or you can park on, in a big lot on Jackson Street. The registry, I think the Registry of Motor Vehicles in this one, but there's plenty of parking on the street.
oh yeah,
I mean,
that,
plenty of parking lots.
yeah, that garage, there's plenty. I mean, might be on the 6th floor or whatever, but,
But the elevator,
yeah, absolutely.
make it a little dizzy getting up to that 6th floor.
But I will say, that was genius of Sal to build that right there.
Yeah.
It's full all the time.
And the city put a garage in China. Where
The
is it?
Hamilton Canal,
I think
it should
this
be
is the
across
garage
the
over
way.
here. And this is the city's garage,
Oh, my God.
Warren Street. And it's mostly empty. So,
and
Sal,
there's another one, the Hamilton, right? If you, over by the registry, right?
okay,
Let me see.
I'll zoom out and I'll zoom back in again.
All right,
All right.
there it is, Registry of Deeds.
Yep,
Okay.
So if you go to where Dutton Street, there is another one by the, so you'd have to go across the canal. Take Canal Street or Road or whatever it is, and that will bring you right around to another garage. But there is a walk. It's not,
I guess. How do
Yeah.
you get there from there?
you'd have to go, so there was a little, I don't know, it was like a paved road in the back, so we used to just walk there. But if you just go around the corner on Canal Street, I think it is, you'll come right to it.
so there's a parking garage on Dutton Street.
Right, from the courthouse, because you won't know, you'll have to go Canal to, and it's set back on Dutton Street, so if you're on Dutton, you might not even see it if you don't
See,
know.
this is where the new Lowell 5 is, right here. The old McKittrick Hardware,
Oh, yeah.
that's Dutton
yeah.
Street. So where is this parking garage?
I think it's,
Down to the right, is it?
yeah, I think it's over,
Because this is Duncan's.
so it's down,
Oh.
it's down the other, so you're gonna keep going down Dutton Street. Nope.
The other way?
Oh, is that how, oh, yeah, so yeah, go that way, right? Willie Street, Cushion Rock, no,
No, it's gotta go the other way. It's going
Dun-
towards the
Dun-
center, isn't it? Going
Yeah,
towards,
going towards
Ends right-
Lowell.
Dutton
Going,
ends right here. This is Jackson Street.
so you know where the that Lowell Sun building is?
Yeah,
Where's that?
that's on Jackson.
oh, there's Canal Street.
All right, so there it is, so you go.
Canal Street.
Yep, so if you follow that, right, follow that, and then right around, yeah, it would be right there.
This guy?
Yep, that's the garage. So
Rock
you-
Street, the corner, if you're coming down Fletcher today, all the cherry trees on Rock Street are blooming.
Oh,
Oh, they're beautiful.
pretty.
This is when you go down Dutton Street.
Right,
You go by the old Giant store, which is right
Oh,
here.
my goodness, there's a flash in the past.
You take a right, and this is the city's new garage, the one
Right.
that I said is in China.
right.
Because when I walked it, it was 10-minute walk to the courthouse. And at the time, I had a pretty brisk walk. So you're talking 15 minutes.
Right.
It's not bad this time of year.
Oh, no, not,
February it is.
unless
So,
it's
John,
raining.
When we had a 92-year-old woman, before this new garage was built, she parked there and she had her walker. So
Oh,
she
my
had to
God.
walk there was no handicap parking spaces, because there's only 5 in front of the courthouse. And they're all taken by employees in the court.
Oh, my
So-
God.
Oh, yeah, so she got there, and she didn't have a check or anything to pay for her discharge.
Poor chick.
I felt so bad for her. I said, I went to her house,
Wow.
And
that was
I-
great.
picked up the check and everything, and then recorded it and brought it back, because there's no sense for her to come all the way
Poor
back.
girl. Oh,
Yeah.
my God. Excellent
God
service.
bless her. Well,
So,
that's nice.
It was, so I'm glad they do have the new garage, we'll say that. At least they're a little closer now.
Now, did somebody tell me that you can't just walk into the registry?
No, you can.
You can?
Before, yeah.
Okay.
They didn't want you
Well,
before.
they'll search you. You get searched, right?
Yeah, you do have to go through a metal detector, but anyone can come in. So before, we used to have our computers tied into our in-house software program, and people like to do the title examiners and
Yeah.
everything, but now we're not, they took that off for security purposes, so now it's strictly just the internet. So basically, if you're coming in, we can help you, so we can show you how to navigate through our website,
Yeah.
but it's the same thing you'd get at home. So we could try to do it over the phone, or you could come in, whatever, but we only have 2 computers.
Now, speaking of this, we have to walk through the metal detector. I have a concealed carry permit.
Yeah.
What happens if when I have my gun on me?
So they would take it, the security.
They just keep it at the
guards,
desk?
They put it in an envelope, give you a ticket with a number, like a deli number,
Yeah.
and when you leave, you'll get it back.
Okay, good.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't know, because I'm afraid, I don't want to hassle, I don't want to get arrested. There's no guns allowed in this building, you're under arrest.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm glad to know they just check it for you. That's good.
Well, in the courthouse too, there's the little convenience store they have.
Yeah.
And actually, Bob and Brenda, who I think they ran the city hall little kitchen they had out
Yep,
there.
yep.
But they have lottery in ours.
Oh, okay, get
Oh
to.
yeah, so everyone's like sitting at the tables. They can do.
I see the judge down there with his quarter.
Might be his lucky day.
We looked up judges' salaries yesterday. They're all making over $200,000 a year.
Wow.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
I know, it's a busy building, I will say that. And actually, so I wanted to, we have a court services that's right next door to our office. And a lot of times people come into our office looking for help. But they do so many things, and they can help you for different family matters. I mean, they can't help you with probate or estate, filling out those forms. But there's so much that they do help you with, landlord and tenant matters, so things like that, because a lot of people will call us and, they're having a fight with their neighbor or how they can go about things, but they're out there, there's a little desk in the hallway, and they will help them fill out any forms or direct them to what court they should be filing a lawsuit to, and so it's something if something happens with a landlord-tenant issue, the registry can't help, but you could go and talk to court services. It's free, and they'll help you and give you some advice about what to do, what forms to fill out.
My takeaway is the courts favor the tenants over
Right.
the homeowners.
Well, that's what we hear.
That's
I'm
why.
not a
That's why
landlord,
I get out of
so-
the apartment business.
Right,
Because I was not gonna. Somebody who skips their rent, they owe you 90 days rent, and the judge says they can pay you $15 a week.
right.
That's not okay, Judge.
But what
Yeah,
happens to the
tough.
landlord,
Tough.
right?
Tough. And the city says, give us your tax money.
I
Yeah,
know.
but they're not paying the rent. That's sad. Give
I
us our
know.
tax money.
I don't like that.
No. No.
But I will say that our newest issue now is the old courthouse, because we're doing they're auctioning
Yep.
it off June 11th, I think.
Oh, I was just going to ask about that.
So I was, someone called from the project manager, and he wanted me to go over, and I said, I got everything I think I need. And he said, no, that's your responsibility to get everything out of the court. Yet the registry has a lot of stuff in the basement. So we met last week,
Oh,
and then
my.
I went in, and there are a lot of boxes of, so when we stopped making books, we still printed them,
Yep.
but they were stored downstairs in boxes. There's over 300 boxes, old financial records, everything. And he said, I have till June 11th to get that removed.
Are you obligated to
I
do
said,
that?
me? I said, this
What does
was-
Galvin say?
I'm waiting, I have an email out to them, but they know about it.
Yeah,
Because he
email, how
suggested,
long?
he said, I deal with registries moving, so all the other registries, he goes, this is the first time I've ever seen all this stuff just left there.
How long of a wait should you wait for a turnaround in email in government? I emailed the city clerk and the CC to the assistant city clerk about, one of our audience wants to know about Connie Martin. Is she officially a school committee member? And so I asked, was she sworn in, and is she a properly seated school committee member? Never heard back from them. So how long should I wait to hear back?
I would keep sending it every day.
Every day? Okay.
That's just the type of person I am.
Okay.
I know, I'm bad. Everyone
Yeah.
says, stop. I'm like, no, if I need it, I need it.
Well,
I
the
mean,
squeaky wheel
they're-
does get the grease.
They're aware of it, so I can tell you that. They know what's going on. And I'm on board with if I have to hire a shredding company or someone to come over, and I'll do that. But they can pay for it out of their money, not my budget. This didn't fall on me. This was that we moved out in 2020. This isn't something.
These are old records?
Yeah, so some of them, so back years ago, we did no postage, so we have a lot of documents, because people weren't sending envelopes, we weren't mailing them back. So
Oh,
there's
okay.
boxes full of those documents, there's boxes full of the books, like I said, we stopped making them for the public, but we still printed. So, we have so I had to count all the boxes, and it was well over 300. I'm going over around 10 o'clock today, because there's a few things that I found in a different room that we never went into that are registered land stuff. So I'm taking my supervisor over
Wow.
to see if she thinks this is stuff that we need to be storing, which I think we should, but I don't want to. We have limited space,
Well,
but we'll have to archive the stuff that
You're
we.
gonna have to rent out space or purchase space.
Well, I think
Well-
the state has some archive space somewhere, so if it's boxes that I will take, and I can't fit them, I've actually tried to make I've been cleaning things out in there, and equipment that we haven't used for years. It's just sitting on shelves, so the state came and got it, and Artie worked on that. And
what
then
kind of equipment?
old computers, scanners,
Nope.
shredders, just junk. But you can't just throw it out, even if they're not working.
Because they have
Why?
a number on them, don't they?
Yeah?
They have
Why?
a property number.
Why? Why can't you just throw it
The
out?
state owns it. They have to recycle it or do whatever. So
And they audit, they do,
Yeah.
they have little people that do that sort of thing.
No, the reason is, it's somebody's job to do that. And it's my brother's in charge of all the broken photocopy machines.
I'm going back to let's go back to the records. Are they already on a computer?
Yes,
They
so
go-
that we already have them, yeah, so
So-
they're in our system, we already have them. But I will say, I found a box of documents, originals from 1923, and I opened one up, and when I just pulled it a little bit, it kind of broke, it tore, and I said, oh my gosh. So those are we don't even have those documents. They're there on a different program.
Okay.
But I don't know, I'm probably taking those.
Yeah.
But, so I just cleared my whole car out last night, because I'm like, I have to move everything. And when I went there last week, as we were walking through the tunnel in the basement, I found a shelf full of canvas, all the old canvas plans. So
Oh, my.
I took those, and they're in my registry. So and maintenance has been really good about it, because they know we have no space. So we put some shelves down in the basement of the new court, and I stocked a lot of those shelves. And we have plastic, because for some reason there's a leak in their basement.
In the new building?
Yes. So I covered those with plastic, just so they
Shocking.
don't get ruined. But it's not like really bad, but he said it's enough, and you don't want to risk ruining stuff.
Right, just the moisture, I would
Right.
think, would cause issues.
So, but we had a closet too, and I cleared that out. I put some shelving in it, and we'll store stuff there. But Yeah, we'll see what's there for
That's
today
incredible.
at 10 o'clock. I know. Yeah, he's been on me. He keeps emailing me, the project manager.
Now, can you speak to the deed on the senior center? Or is that all secret stuff?
I mean, I could give you, just from, I've had a few phone calls. I didn't watch any of the meeting. I don't know if they talked about it.
It's all in secret squirrel meetings is what I call them.
Yeah, so-
Executive session.
No, just from the documents itself, John, that I have, or that are recorded at the registry, I would say it does to me look like, it's not that, so I get the names, all those different names, City Bonds Trust, City Bonds LLC,
So you're not, at this
Lowell
point, ready
Restoration
to make
Inc.
judgment, you're not ready to make judgment on this?
Well, I feel like the intent is there. That it says it right in that vote to gift it back. And all those players, right, regardless of the names of all of the entities,
Yeah,
they were all the same players. The
So-
same trustees, the same managers, the same names. I don't understand, and I did get some info that that I should check different news reports if I wanted to, old newspapers. So it's definitely on my end, just
Well,
from what
there's
I
also-
see.
there's
Because-
also video, because I was with LTC back then, and a good friend of mine has since passed away, Gary Balser, he would nose into all these meetings, and it's on video. We gave them the land, the city gave the developer the land, and the developer said, in 20 years, we're gonna give it back to you for $1. And there's parking spaces and all that good stuff, and they're whittling away at the parking spaces, and they
Right.
say, look at, Mr. Golden, I know that you want to cave on this issue, but you're going to really tick off the seniors, and they ain't going to forget next year when it's voting time.
Right,
That they need, those 75 parking spaces, we want them.
right. And if you look at the deed, it says the amount of money, right? Then it actually talks about subject to an agreement. So we know what that agreement was to gift it back, right? That was
That's the agreement I was aware of. I wasn't
that's what
aware
I
of any
would
others.
say. And then that vote, so the vote being, the vote was under Lowell Restoration Inc. So, and that states it right in there, and the
Well-
councilors voted on it. So there should be, I was asking, why wouldn't there be any documents from those meetings? I know it would be a while, 2001, but don't they archive all the?
They don't want to find them. See, the administration wants to just cave. And the administration caved when it came to redistricting Lowell. They just caved. We should have taken them to court. The public didn't want it.
Right,
And the public always wins. Take this to court, and the city council is being encouraged by the administration to cave and give pay for the senior center for the next 20 years. And I'm there, nope,
right.
because I've been at the senior, you're not old enough yet. You'll get a ticket if you go in there. So I'm just kidding you, Karen. The toilets are the squatters. They're really low to the floor. The place is antique.
Right,
And it's well utilized, and the city should build a brand spanking new one in a
Right.
different spot, and sell this one. The place we have for $1, sell it to the developer.
right. That's what I suggested.
Yeah,
I
just the
said,
property alone.
and strictly, it's just my opinion of looking at the documents and seeing what it says. To me, it's kind of common sense, because Lowell Restoration Inc., City Barns Trust, City Barns LLC. Whether you made a mistake when you created that vote and you put the wrong name on it, but Lowell Restoration Inc. was the manager of City Bonds LLC. If you go to the secretary's website,
Yeah.
you can pull up your certificate in good standing to see who the managers were of that company. So it's all the same players. So regardless of the situation of what name they put, they know, right?
Oh.
That's how I look at it, but
Well,
But in the legality of the whole thing, right, you have the wrong name, so that means they didn't make that agreement. I don't know.
Ralph Hogan says, there's a fabulous customer service at the Lowell Registry of Deeds. Karen assisted a young contractor with a sticky issue. The former Vokey was most appreciative of Karen's explanation, a true public servant. So that's a good
Thank
pat on the
you.
back.
I have
Ralph.
to call Ralph. Yeah. Well, that, you're looking at the deeds. I just don't understand why it's being kicked, the can's being kicked down the road. It's just,
What, for the scene, I know.
it's,
Well, when I was on the Friends of the Senior Center,
Mm-hmm.
and I lost my last election. I didn't get reelected. But when I would ask about the status of this, I was told by one or two people on the board, that has nothing to do with us. I says, well, it certainly does have to do with us, but you want to say it's not. And all I wanted to find out was the air conditioning systems were being replaced. I wanted to make sure the power of the air conditioning was it equal or greater than what we had. See, if they put a small air conditioner in there just to satisfy you, on a hot day, it's not going to satisfy the customer.
Right.
So that's all I asked about. And we'll write the city. So I wrote the city. And the guy from the DPD, one of the guys, he said, I don't want to email you. That's a lot of work. I'm just going to tell you what's happening. I wanted it in writing from the
Right.
guy. But he wouldn't give it to me in writing from the guy. So there's been something spooky going on with that for a while, the senior center. And the administration is well aware of it. And these secret squirrel meetings, I hope that, I wish they videotaped these meetings
Right.
and they release the videotape later.
well, it doesn't matter. The other meetings were videotaped and nobody's looking at them, or, I mean, if the council meetings were videotaped in the meetings and it said, yes, this is the deal, we're gonna,
Right, right.
give it
But
to you
we
for
have-
$1, then it's on video. What's the point of even having the videotape?
Sadly, we work in a society where no one gets fired. Nobody gets fired who works in government, unless you steal a pencil. If you steal, you're going to get fired. But go down to the archive and find the videotapes, and you go down there and smoke 2 cigarettes and come back upstairs and say, couldn't find them.
Right. But the thing, so that.
They don't look too hard.
On the vote where it said to gift it back, Lowell Restoration Inc., after 20 years, I mean, isn't that the intent? Like, it's there, right?
As far as I know, the videotapes of the city council meetings were given to the Lowell Parks and Recreation for storage. And I think that's where all these videotapes are sitting. And since nobody's asking them, they're not going to raise their hand and say, we got these tapes.
Right, I know. I was thinking they could easily go to archives or grab
What-
the minutes or something from
Yeah.
the meeting and see what was said.
LTC doesn't have them?
They had too many of them. If a video, when you have to videotape every single meeting,
Right,
so now you got 52 tapes. And then next year you have 104 tapes. And then the year after, and you have to keep these things.
right.
You say, well, look, let's just keep the last 10 years in-house. What do you want to do with the other? Well, we'll give them the national park. They have plenty of storage. And that was my takeaway from where they got stored. And executive directors have changed since then. So my memory as a former board member is National Park has them.
Well, I would think someone that's in favor of it must have tracked them
The
down by now.
administration wants to cave and give this guy his way.
Yeah, but it's too close. It wasn't,
No,
it isn't like
take it to court, put it in front of a judge with a jury, and let's do battle with this.
Right.
Well, the city never does well in court.
Oh, we're going to hire our own lawyer. We're not going to use the city lawyer. Because who's the city lawyer work for? Tom Golden. And I know he hates to hear that. That's right, Tom. He works for you. You hired him. You can fire him. So he works for you.
Not for the council.
Oh, he's the city attorney. Taking direction from who?
I know.
That's a
Well,
common question asked a board member in this city is, can you take direction? Before you're appointed to a board, city manager would ask, not the city manager, but prior to him, city managers would ask, can you take direction?
I don't,
I know.
And if you said no, you weren't appointed.
on the board, okay, all right, I see where you're going with that. It's
In
just-
other words, if I call you
Yeah.
and say, Linda, I know you're voting on the parking meter rates, they need to go up. And you have a lot of people who sit on boards that are waiting to be reappointed. Yet they still serve. And the city manager can sit back and say, let's see if Linda behaves well. Let's see how Karen does before I reappoint.
That's very,
The city manager has too much power, and they enjoy it. And they're not going to who's going to give up some of their power?
oh, but it's such a,
Oh, when we show the dark side of the thing, where you can ask any city councilor, do you know of anybody getting a relative hired who's a city councilor? They all know who gets jobs and who doesn't get jobs. And they say, never, like a state rep said, I don't get anybody a job. What else do you do? State reps don't do anything but get people jobs. I mean, Rodney Ellie's the exception to the rule, but basically that's all you do. You're HR for the state.
well, I
That's
just
my
find
opinion.
the whole thing depressing that every year they pass thousands of bills. How many, that must negate each other? I mean, how many different ways can you write it down? It's got
Right.
to, year after year after
And
year.
the media doesn't cover any of this stuff.
Right.
So nobody really knows. I mean, you have to go, well, you see it in deeds. You have to go back and.
Well, how do you
track.
fight against it? If you don't like, if the speaker wants something, he can cut your pay by $30,000 in an instant. He just takes you off a committee. And this goes 30 grand right out the window. Oh, it's
So
not
it's
gonna bother me.
about
Okay,
money.
if I cut your check by 30 grand, it's gonna bother you.
Right.
And that's,
Well, that's pretty basic.
that's the power the
Bit
speaker
harsh.
has. That's the power the speaker has.
But I do feel like even in every aspect of politics, that's what it becomes. People run for different positions and they have great ideas and then they get in and then it's a totally different story after they've ran for a couple times. You know, that's why the term limits is a great idea.
Well, when you were running for Register of Deeds,
Yes.
I wanted to find somebody to do a good interview with the candidates. And they said, get Dick out. I said, no, he's too close to the situation. He knows. So I don't want to ask Dick to do that. And so the more I investigated, I said, well, okay, well, what are the duties of the Register of Deeds? And the girl says, I'll get somebody to answer you. So they bounced me around. The fourth person I talked to said, sir, the Register of Deeds is an elected official. The job is what they make of it. I said, so my takeaway is, if I'm elected to the Registry of Deeds, I don't ever have to go to work. And she says, well, it's the job is what you make of it. I says, my question is, will I get in trouble if I never go to work? The job is what you make of it. That was her answer at every
Right.
turn. The job is what you make of it.
Well, there's no, I mean.
I'm sure if they're, right, people don't, I mean,
Of every elected official, the job is what you
Yeah,
make
the
of
reps, they don't have to, they don't punch
have
a
to go
time
to-
clock.
it. You don't have to go in.
right,
Well, they didn't all during, I don't know, some of them still probably aren't going in, I don't know.
right.
Desi
They
doesn't go in.
Do you think Van is worried about reelection? Not
No.
at all. Not at all. She's got the Democratic Party wrapped around her finger. She doesn't, when she was a state rep, she didn't return phone calls. And likely, once she's reelected, she won't return phone calls as a senator.
Now, they didn't fill her seat, right? it's just coming,
No, there's a few people running for it,
Yeah.
yeah.
but not,
So,
but in the fall, or?
right, yeah.
They're not
they
having a
didn't fill
special
it. There's-
election,
Right,
no.
no,
Well, I think Sakari's running for her seat.
right, and then,
Somebody else too, but I think.
yeah, is it the firefighter? I don't know what his name was. He
He's
was
run-
just on your show, I think.
Yep, leaked.
Yes,
No, I think he's running for
a different seat.
Vanna's seat up in Belvedere, I think he is.
Right, so he's
Well, that's-
running, yes, yeah. He's running for Vanna's and Sakari's running for
Tara
Tara's
Hung,
seat. Yeah,
running against him.
Oh, okay. So all three districts are gonna have contested races.
Yes, it's
Yes.
beginning to look that way because Corey Robinson threw his hat in the ring against the Chensford girl, Betts, I think her name is.
yeah,
Interesting.
I know.
And then you've got, well, the one in the Highlands, it's just the Highlands and down, is that are you in that district?
No, I'm Vanna's.
You're in Venice.
I'm in Vanna's.
They have numbers for them, 18, 17, but they
Right,
might
right.
change that next week, so. You don't know, the state likes to
Well,
change
this is
stuff
ju-
around.
No, there's no more redistricting, right? Isn't
No,
that done?
there isn't right
Today.
now.
Today.
They
Right,
did
right
it.
now is the
Today,
key
he's
word.
saying Today.
They did it, because I know in the Senate, they did the same time they did the Senate, right? So when they got rid of,
Well, don't
Westford.
Don't you worry, Linda, if you need Milton in your district and the speaker likes you, it'll be in your district.
well, I know. You're very cynical, John, sometimes.
It's factual.
Not always. They're,
Linda, take a ride to southern New Hampshire and tell me the New Hampshire government doesn't have a better system than Massachusetts. Southern New Hampshire is so prosperous over one silly thing, the sales tax.
Well,
Now,
not-
if the state decided, okay, 10 miles from the border, no sales tax, the fringe of the state would be ruled with Targets and all these different stores would love to be in the sales tax free zone. Dracut would love it. Tingsboro would love it. Because 10 miles, the whole town's tax free. Except,
Oh, yeah.
except for cars. You buy a car, we're going to grab you. But
Right.
the mall would move to Mass because the taxes are cheaper. Real estate taxes are cheaper.
Yeah.
And Lowell wouldn't get anything because we have a commercial tax rate.
well, that's the strangest thing. I don't know how many cities have that. The split.
Well, they pick on business because they know businesses won't move, but they do move.
Existing. Oh, yeah, they
You
do.
look through some of the industrial parks out in Chelmsford that are empty, completely empty. Andover, completely empty now, parks, business parks out in Andover, completely empty.
Really? Because I was, I was in Tingsboro. The traffic, by the way, on Kendall Road is ridiculous at 4 o'clock. It's ridiculous. It's all the way back past Duff's. I mean, to the highway where you get off. It's ridiculous. So I decided to scoot up, and then I cut into. We have an
It's
industrial.
got to be a traffic light that's stopping them.
Yeah.
And the traffic lights,
Well, the traffic light, I know they keep trying to tweak them, but I couldn't get over how bad it was,
Right.
Kendall
I
Road.
think traffic everywhere is insane.
traffic lights are not synced up right.
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 Because we hire our friends in Massachusetts to do jobs, they don't know how to fix them. So we're stuck with traffic.
Right.
Because the traffic light, like the light at the corner of Highland Street, backs the connector up every single day. Because of 30 seconds one way,
Well, it
30
doesn't look
seconds
like
the other.
anyone's using public transportation like they thought.
That's why they had to,
To where?
I have no idea. I said, everywhere you go, we're sitting in traffic.
Oh, yeah, it's just, I don't understand why, surely people in New Hampshire, politicians in New Hampshire have friends. How could that be? I mean, that's a humanity issue.
well, New Hampshire's starting to become a little bit too much like Massachusetts. You can see where,
Or Southern New Hampshire, yeah.
you can see where the laws of them not putting these kids in jail and they murder their boyfriend or girlfriend in their house. It's not going in a good direction in New Hampshire.
Right.
But still, I'm thinking about commerce. In southern New Hampshire, you want a great restaurant? Right up there.
Well, and they have great roads, but they have tolls. They don't want tolls in Massachusetts.
I know.
You don't pay a toll until you get halfway to Manchester, Linda.
Right.
So you can go to the mall, you can go to the airport.
Yeah.
You can go to the airport, the New Hampshire airport, no toll.
Right. Wonderful airport.
Right.
Wonderful airport. Who would go to Boston if you could go to
I
Massachusetts?
do.
Do you
I
really?
know. I do.
Oh my.
You go to Boston or you go to Manchester?
I go to Boston.
Yeah, I got burnt once in Manchester.
Really?
Because when your flight's canceled, it's come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
In Boston, when they cancel a flight, go across the corridor and buy another ticket.
Oh. Well, yeah, of course they don't have the choices up in
They have
Manchester.
so many flights going out of Boston. And if you got to go to Puerto Rico or you got to go to Orlando and your flight gets canceled, you just take your ticket over to another airline and cash it and get another ticket.
You know what's nice is the Portsmouth air. If you go to Florida, so Portsmouth, New Hampshire,
Uh-huh.
Really?
Pease Airport. Yeah, so I've flown from there. My dad lives in Fort Myers,
Okay.
so I'll fly into Punta Gorda.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and it's, I mean, it used to be cheap. I don't think it's as, it's
Have
just.
you looked at Breeze?
No, my dad flew that last year. He
Breeze.
loved it.
Oh, my God. It's like $37
That's
for
what
a
he
ticket.
said. I said, oh, I don't know if you're going to make it for that price.
The windows don't even roll up on those planes. But Breeze,
I know.
the reports I'm getting from people who frequently go to Florida, Fort Myers, they love Breeze.
Right, yeah, that's what he was using. And he flew into Manchester,
Yeah, that's where they fly out
Yeah.
of Manchester.
but Allegiant Air is what I took, and I flew from Portsmouth to Punta Gorda. I do either one. I check the prices, and it's sometimes cheaper, but not always.
No.
JetBlue gives you a great deal, so
Yeah. Yeah. But JetBlue, the only time I go to Boston is if I had to. I just love
Right.
Manchester. But it's so easy from Tingsbury.
I
to
know when
jump.
my son and I were flying home from Florida in October, we took an Uber from the airport to our house in Lowell, and literally the Uber driver, it's heavy traffic, it was probably like 6 o'clock, so it starts moving, he's falling asleep. I didn't know, my son was texting me because we were in the back seat, and I wasn't looking at my phone because I was just, relaxing, and the car goes off the highway into the median strip, and I was like texting my husband. I said, I don't know if we're going to make it home. I don't know what's going on. But my son was like, hit him a little bit on the arm and said, what are you doing? And he said, the brakes. He was blaming the brakes. But I said, ooh, I'm not a person who Ubers. And I said,
Oh,
I'm just not,
I'm not.
I don't know if I trust it.
I've done it a couple of times into Boston. They take the strangest routes in and out. I don't know. I mean, talk about the scenic route. They go. They put it on their
On
their,
Waze.
but it's
yeah.
bizarre how they go in. I mean, you
One of the
go
first
by the
time-
bridge and you come back by the bridge and you go back. It's sort of-
Right?
In the early stages of Waze, they would send you through people's backyards. Honest to God.
Well, I remember, John, because I was with you trying to go to a funeral home
Yeah.
with George.
That's exactly-
And we weren't sure we were ever going to
seeing-
make it home because we were in people's
Karen,
yards.
you look out the window, there's clotheslines going by the car.
I
So I got-
remember
I know.
it well, yes.
I always use Waze. I do
Yeah,
when
I
I
do
go
too.
somewhere.
I use Waze too.
Yeah.
Comments from the audience. Look at how the city council talked all about the front end of the city and now no talking about it. In the next text, taking
Right.
a cruise out of Boston is a good trip.
Yes.
I richly agree. And then we have
That's a
Leet
little
and
wonky.
Drinkwater are running for Vanna's seat. Robinson and Betts are running for Rodney's seat. And Sakari running against Tara Hung.
Yep.
Very
So thank you for the
interesting.
update. Appreciate
So
that.
that'll be,
Well,
some-
when the papers don't have to be until when? June, I would think.
probably May. I would think, April, end of April, May. Like certified, they have to
Yeah.
right? So I'm thinking May, I don't know.
Don't know.
Yeah,
But if you want to run for state rep, now's the time. If you want to run for state senate, now's the
Right.
time. Because state senate, we have the Three Musketeers that were running, the same people who ran last time. Let's see, it's going to be Joe Espinola, Sam Meese, and the Cowardly Lion.
Are they running?
Yep.
Oh, all right.
They run. Joe Espinola's running unenrolled like he did last time, and Sam Meese running as a Republican.
I know. It's hard to run as an unenrolled.
Yes, it is.
You think differently, right? I thought different. I thought it wouldn't be that hard because you talk to different people, you know what they like, or
Well,
you
see,
know.
where you get killed
Money,
is
it's about money.
Right.
Yeah, and for your
the,
campaign.
the California primary. They call it not a cannibal
A
race. what is it?
jungle.
A jungle race, and that's where everybody unenrolled are on primary day. And after primary day, there are only whoever comes out the two highest on primary day are the two candidates running for the job. And that's how it works in California. I say, why do taxpayers pay for party elections? I don't understand why we do that. So knock off the party election, just have the one final election. Oh.
Well. yeah,
Hey,
he-
Bobby, how are you? You're on
he
the
is-
air.
Oh,
Yeah, I want to say something to them.
Go ahead, you're on the air.
I'm on the air. Okay, Linda, I'm a little jealous, okay, because you have the Registry of Deeds on your show. But one prediction I'll make, your show will be on Saturday for the best show of the week. Good luck to both of you. It was a great show. Nice job, John.
Hey, Bobby, she made, if you were out in the car, come on over. She made some pastry delicious.
Sugar-free.
for you, Bob, for
No,
you.
I'm good. I'm good. My sugar's already up too high
Sugar-free.
on me, but I appreciate
No, Bobby, they're sugar-free, sugar-free.
Oh, then maybe I'll be by, but it won't be right now.
No, I can hear him
I'm
making
a little
a
jealous. I'm
turn.
getting over it, Linda. I'm getting over it. But you will be the show of the week, so they can watch the replay on Saturday. Because I'm going to share your show, something I never do, because I always want to have a better show than Linda. But today, Linda, you're gonna kick butt. You're
Oh,
gonna be on
thank you.
Saturday for a replay.
Well, of course.
Have a great day, both of you. See
All right.
Thanks, Bobby.
Bye, Bob.
you later.
Bye-bye, Bob. Thanks for calling. That cruise out of Boston, have you taken that?
I have never been on a cruise, and I have no desire. I'm one of those. I just don't want to be
On a boat?
on a boat in the middle of the ocean with nothing. I can't.
Oh.
So you're not going to be a Navy girl.
Never.
Okay.
No.
It's a nice cruise. It's
It's
Oh, it's
rocky, though.
beautiful.
Isn't it a rocky? I heard. I had one of the old co-workers went on one, and he was sick the entire time.
well, you know, you start on
I
something.
love rough seas. I've taken
I've gone.
too many cruises in
You
my
love
lifetime.
rough seas?
Love
You don't
rough
notice
seas.
them. I went across Atlantic 2 or 3 times, and I loved
Wow.
it. I like a cruise because you can do as much as little as you want.
Right.
And it's but no, I mean the first cruise I ever went on, Crazy Bown, took me to see the Titanic,
Yeah.
and then we went on a cruise like a week later, and
Oh, great.
and we're heading. We hit a storm. We went out of Tampa. We hit a storm, and we're kind of listing. I went to the dining room, and they were bragging. It was a Holland, and they were saying at the introduction, they said, "This is going to be a wonderful cruise. It's a brand new boat. It's a water ballast, so it's going to be smoother," which made sense, right? It's going to be smoother. It's not going to be.
Right.
Well, it was until we were listening to the right, and then the wind switched, and it went right over on its side
Oh.
for about 30 seconds. Everything. I was in the dining room. People, all the waiters, everything.
Linda,
People fell out of the balcony,
went-
and the band didn't keep playing.
Okay, Linda, on the aircraft flights you've had, have they always been smooth?
No, but this was
Oh.
not I said, give me a Valium and send me to
I
bed.
have never been on a cruise that was rougher than an airplane
Well,
flight.
that one was that, but I never was on. I was on many after that, and they were wonderful.
We flew
wonderful.
into Washington, D.C. once. The weather was so severe that, you know, all the magazines they have in a little pouch in front of you?
Yeah.
They went up to the ceiling.
Oh my!
That's how bad the flight was. And I'm sitting there, got my seatbelt on, and we're wiggling around, and all of a sudden the magazines, they leave the pouch and go to the ceiling. So I don't know whether we dropped altitude, went upside down.
Well, I'm a little nervous about flying. I'd like them to start paying air traffic controllers,
I
you
know,
know, and
but
I'd
that's
have
the
more
other thing.
confidence.
Well, it's all about making money. They're gonna fly there. They know the plane will make it. You're in for a rough ride. And cruises, I would say we've probably been on like 70, 80 cruises. And I'd say less than 5 had a rough ride. But I'm looking for the rough ride.
Right.
Like the Queen Mary 2. You go on that boat, it's designed as an ocean liner. And we 50-foot seas. I'm in the dining room, and the water's flat.
Yeah.
The engineering
Well,
on that
they
boat's amazing.
Didn't use the water ballast after that, I don't think, but.
Right.
Yeah, no, I like, and I'll tell you, going down to Bermuda or the Bahamas, it's a nice, easy out of Boston. It's really,
No, I know. I think that part of it is probably great. I'm just not a cruise.
One of the best cruises we took was out of Boston, and it went to Cuba. We had a freaking ball.
again, not somewhere we want to go today, but,
Well, no, it's Cuba's stuck in 1955. When you get there, it's 1955.
Right.
People, the few that have cell phones or flip phones, they don't have any iPhones. So it's just amazing to go there.
time
That's
warp.
not a bad thing. These iPhones are killing
Oh.
society.
Addicting. You're right.
It's bad.
Yeah, they scroll. What is it about the
Even my
the
grandson's
millennials?
a year, and I had my phone, and he's doing this. He's a year. He just turned a year in March.
He knows how to
I
scroll.
put it down. I'm like, oh no,
He knows
no.
how to scroll. Wow.
I'm like, we're not doing that.
Wow, yeah.
Well,
I
it's-
always tell my daughter too, no iPads in the restaurants.
Oh, absolutely.
No, you have to let them learn
Yeah.
how to acclimate to the restaurant with people, listen to the rules, what you want.
They don't want to
It's-
put up with it, though. The millennials don't want to put up with.
Right.
I had.
Bring it, as they get older. There was a couple that came in with their kids. They brought a deck of cards. I'm like, you are genius. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Keep them entertained. Play fish while you're waiting.
Yeah.
It was so cute. I loved it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I just.
it's a good lesson for the kids
Is it?
not to be on that.
But you know,
phone or-
they say that it's addicting. But I found like last year I started a Grammy camp in the summer that I would take the 2 grandchildren, and I thought it was going to be my son rather said, oh, you're going to have a hard time getting them out of the house. They want
Right.
to watch this or that, play this. No problem. They really do want to be outside. They do
Right,
want to,
right.
go frogging and do all those.
Oh no,
silly things.
absolutely.
It was very entertaining, and
My granddaughter likes to. I have a small little Frenchie. He's like 23
Oh.
pounds, and she always wants to. Can I walk him? Because it's, perfect size for her. She's going to be 5, so
most popular dog in the country.
right.
My
I
son
know.
has 3.
This is my 3rd one, but I love them.
Do you really?
I love them. I do.
Well, I remember the first time Dorian said to me, will you watch the dogs? And I said, oh, okay. And he said, well, when they come in, you have to wipe their butt. Well, that's why I draw the line. I'm not doing that for a dog. I come on,
Right.
but you do.
Right? Yeah.
Everybody does it. I'm always
know.
amazed. I talk to people all the time. I say, do you really? And they all do.
Right.
What
I
color is
know.
yours?
Mine's cream. His name's George. George Daniel. He's the cutest he's so cute. He's such a good dog. I said
Oh,
they're almost like humans.
I'm amazed the different personalities of the 3 of them. It's just
Right.
unbelievable. But they're good. I think my Morky's a little more personable, but I guess not. Everybody, this is years it's been the most popular dog.
Right.
Everybody loves them.
I know. But they have a lot of health issues, so we don't that's the only
The
thing.
back.
Yeah.
The
And
back.
my dog So my vet said he has it, but it's never flared up enough. He had one little spot. He's 7, but he's been fine. So, knock on wood, he does not jump. We have ramps,
Okay.
so he can walk up and down. No jumping.
Yeah, and it passed, but it's like $10,000 for surgery for
Yeah,
him.
it can be a lot more too. Yeah.
But very, very frightening. I don't know
Yeah.
why that is about the backs. Well, it's probably like the Prince
It's
Charles that have heart issues. Different breeds have different
Yep.
issues.
And I think Dachshunds or something, they can have the same issue
Well,
because
you
they're
gotta
small.
send the elongated
Right.
bodies as well.
Just an update on the elections. April 28th is the deadline to submit papers to the local clerk. Certified papers due to Secretary of State by May 26th. So you have up until April 28th to run for state rep. You got to get some signatures.
That's just this month, a couple weeks.
Yeah, so April 28th. Yeah, you take the papers to the local though. So if you were getting
Thank you, Patty.
Signatures for
Yeah.
someone, take them to your local. Then they'll certify and send them into Boston.
How
And-
long's your term?
6 years.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I bet.
I
I can't
know.
imagine running every 2 years.
I know. That's what I felt like. It just happened, right? I would have to run again if it was only a 2-year term.
Yeah.
It goes by quick. That's for sure.
Yeah. Now, are there any other offices in the state that are 6-year terms, except for Senate? I know the U.S. Senate is. I think,
No, just the registry.
yeah, and that's by counties, right? The
Right,
registries are,
counties. Yep. So for Middlesex, it's Maria Curtatone. She's the Southern Register. So,
okay.
yeah.
Now, are there any counties that still have county commissioners?
Yeah, there are. There's a few. When we go to different meetings, we have register meetings,
Yeah.
and there are a few that will still be through the county, so it's a little bit different for them. But
Register of probate, are they 6 years as well?
I don't know. They could. I don't know. That one I'm not sure.
And I'm not even sure what their districts are. That's what's so bizarre about the
Right.
registrars,
Right?
registers.
Well, they
That's-
probably, I was thinking maybe through the courts, like because it's through the probate. I don't know.
I don't know either. I just, now clerks they don't run
No.
on the court system. Busy at that courthouse. How is the
So
courthouse?
busy. It's good. I
They're
mean,
all there now. Is the
every court is there, yeah. Probate, Superior, District, Juvenile, everything. 7 floors of courts,
do they?
so it's good.
But nobody goes to jail. Have they? I don't understand that. They're
Fine.
closed, Concord, right?
Right, yep.
And I
You
think-
can literally, in our office, when we have, this prison is downstairs waiting they're being held until they're being arraigned upstairs, you hear bang, 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 like they're hitting something. We can hear it in the office. We'll say, oh, we have an angry bird down there.
Wow.
But,
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
I know. But yeah, the court is very busy.
Well, I feel bad. I mean, the police try to do their job, and then
Right.
they can't keep up with it because they're right back out in the street again. So,
I know, it stinks. It really is. It's, something's gotta give.
I agree. I think that safety is so important. So,
So
I
say
agree.
goodbye, girls. We're out of time.
oh my God!
Tomorrow we're going to have Dr. Jay Lang as the guest with Evelyn and Sam tomorrow.
All right, have a great day, everyone. If you
Yeah.
need a homestead or you want to sign up for consumer notification, call the registry. We can mail them out, the forms, and we can help you sign up over the phone. Thank you.
We'll see you
Thank you for
tomorrow.
coming
Thanks
in.
for watching.